What's going on, Twitter? What's up, millennial men? You got Corey Neese, otherwise known as Coach Corey 3, live this morning, beautiful Tuesday morning. Bringing you guys some motivation, some tips, growing your followers, why this is important, how we can do it, and we'll focus on those two things. Alright, so we don't get distracted. I can tend to talk in different subjects, go on rants, but I really want to focus on those two things. And, the subject on the whiteboard behind me, which is, why it's important to grow our followers, and then, most importantly, how we can do it, right? So, if you don't know me, a little bit about my story, my journey to 40,000 plus followers, is when I got started like 5.5 years ago, back in 2013, I had like 300 followers, probably just like you. Whether you got 300 or 1,000, I didn't have a lot of followers. Let me take a sip here. A minute. I didn't have a lot of followers, and I was just getting started into the world of online marketing. And I knew that I wanted to get traffic. I wanted to get seen. I wanted to get buyers, right? You want to get sales. So to me, just naturally, the fastest way to do that, I gravitated towards Twitter and really using that as my platform to really grow my business. And then from there, since I had some success with it, compared to other platforms such as Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, which I've used all of those and I've had, results with all of them. But Twitter, by far, 95% of my business has come from Twitter. And the fact that me having over 41,000 followers after 5 years has really attributed to that business growth. So that's what I want to help you guys with today, because it's just there's a different feel when you got a lot of followers, when you got a lot of people that see your stuff, and you got that big number, and people kind of tend to respect that more, and you got new people that are constantly coming into your world. That's how Twitter can be valuable. Excuse me. That's how it can be valuable to you. Let me get another drink. Is when you have a lot of followers and they're not just random. Like at the beginning, some of them were random, but basically I've followed, targeted, relevant people within my space. And that's how you can get the same results. Still, to this day, for clients and myself, my accounts, what I do is I'll go out. Hopefully you can read that on the board. I wrote it in bubble letters so it stands out. I mass follow. So you still want to go out. These are 3 tips, right? 3 tips, the fastest way to 5K, 5,000 followers. Hands down, anyone can do this. It's really easy to do. I'll give you some extra tidbits too on what you can expect if you do this stuff. So if you go out and follow a lot of people, let's say you follow 100 people. You say you go to Gary Vaynerchuk's account, you follow 100 people. Chances are, by the law of numbers, the law of averages, like Jim Rohn preaches, is 10 people is going to follow you back. At least 10 people. Usually, a good rule of thumb is for every 100 people you follow, guaranteed you should have 10 people follow you back. Now, is that always the case? No, it's not. It's not always the case, unfortunately, because sometimes I've noticed that Twitter glitches. I think they pick up on some kind of an algorithm, or they know when accounts are doing this kind of technique. Because I can tell you right now, like, the mass follow approach, I'm talking like hundreds of follows to 1,000, right? Like a ton, right? So that approach is technically against Twitter's rules. So with that said, you run the risk of definitely getting your account locked out of, or even suspended, which is a lot worse. But however, at the same time, if you kind of scale the numbers back a bit to around 100 or so, that's still a lot of people, and you won't trip Twitter's alarms or the regulation, whatever, so much. You won't get in trouble for doing 100 people, because to me, like 50 people, 100 people over the course of a day or two, that's reasonable. To me, Twitter is a platform meant to grow your network. So with my main account with 40,000 plus followers, I'll try to follow 50 to 100 people a day. I can kind of sense when I might have done too much, but usually I'm in good standing when I do just that amount, because I don't want to run the risk of getting suspended. Because like I said, a lot of my business comes from Twitter. But if you're just starting out and you do get locked out, it's simple. All you got to do is put in the code that they text you. They should text you a code that allows you to get your account back. And it's really simple. I've done this so many times. Even I have not had my account on Twitter suspended. Give me a second. Let me turn this off so it's a little bit quieter. I have not had my account suspended on Twitter. I don't know how long. It's probably been over a year at least. It's been a long time. And I can tell you that even if you get your account suspended for whatever reason, there's a big chance that if you just email them and you communicate and tell them, you just basically tell them that, you want your account back. Usually they'll give it back, even if you're, clearly following too many people. Like they say, you're following people aggressively. If you just say something like, I'll cut back, or I didn't know I was breaking the rules or something, they'll usually give you your account back, and you should be fine that way. So that should definitely help. In terms of content, you want to post at least like 3 times a day, several times a day, 100 times a month, and then you also want to @reply. So when you go to big name accounts like, let's say, Bob Proctor, Gary Vaynerchuk, I don't know, like Zig Ziglar, Grant Cardone, and if you go out and you just reply to a lot of these big name accounts with the mass follow technique, and you post content, this is the fastest way to grow yourself to 5,000 followers, hands down. I've done this stuff where I've just mass follow a lot of people to get to the 40,000 follower mark myself over the last 5 years, and I still do it to add more people. And now I've done this for several clients, and I've grown them to 1,000 plus, 2,000 plus followers. So if you want help with doing this, in working it to the T, to the best, to the best uses of your time, and the thing is, you might not have time. then definitely reach out to me. I have a few limited spots left. I'm willing to help you grow your account to the thousands and take care of, any problems that might happen. And usually not a lot of problems happen. You might get your account locked out, but like I said, all you got to do is go in, text, you'll get it sorted, and then keep posting content, keep replying to people. If you got time, you can message your new followers, but the main thing is you got to be doing these things, and the biggest thing is it takes consistency. Like every single day, you got to be 20 minutes a day, 25 minutes a day, and that's what I'm doing for my clients. Is I go into their account, I follow 100 people, I'll follow 300 people, I post some tweets, and I'm growing their followers. They're getting people to follow them back, and it's really that simple. I had one of my clients go from 240 followers at the beginning of April to this past week, he's passed 2,360 followers. So he's gained over 2,000 followers in literally like 2 months. So if you want 1,000 followers in a month, results vary, but that's the possibility. Reach out to me, send me a message. I only have a limited number of spots because I can't be doing this for 10 people. Like this takes time, this takes effort, mental energy. Every day I gotta post. I go into my account on my phone and I upload pictures. Another one of my clients, I'm still working on building their account, went from 640 followers to almost 2,200. So they gained, hey, what's up, Mitchell? How you doing, buddy? So they gained about 1,500. Another one of my clients, I did this technique. I went in and I just follow, and he had like 50 followers, and now he's like just sitting under 1,000. So I've done this for a lot of people, and a lot of other people, I've gone into their accounts and quick fired, added like a couple 100 to 200 followers really quickly. Done that for numerous clients' accounts, and it just works. Like it gets the job done, it just gets the job done. It's how it works. Anybody that's grown their accounts that way to the big numbers, they've done it this way by just following a lot of people, and I think it's okay. It's cool. Obviously, like it's against Twitter's rules, which I don't like that. But at the same time, you're able to do it. You're able to do it. I think ultimately Twitter wants people to network with other people and get connected to more people. So I think that's a lot of good that can come from it. Tons of new connections, new opportunities, potential leads, potential buyers for any number of businesses. And you can get them for free. You just got to have these techniques employed for you, deployed for you. So anyway, that's what I wanted to go over today. You guys can probably tell I'm a little bit under the weather, but I still wanted to get out here, serve you guys, give you guys some massive tips. You could do this, 100 people, content, reply to like 20 people, 25 people a day. Yeah, that takes time. That takes a lot of time. You got to go in there and add some kind of relevant post. Hey, this is great work. I did something like this last week. Make it relevant. That takes a little bit of time. So I can help you with that stuff. That's what I've mastered and really dedicated. A big part of my life to is knowing Twitter inside and out. So, all right, that's what I want to go over today. If you guys got questions for me, send me a message on Twitter. Just direct message me. It's cool. I'll get back to you. I'll go over more details of like how this works exactly, and hopefully we'll do business together. If you know anybody that this would interest, message them, hit me up. I'd really appreciate the referrals. Definitely, I could probably give you some retweets or do something for you in return. So that's it for today, guys. I'll talk to